Corey, can I ask you about home inspections?
Yes.
Because that one seems to be a misconception for people. So what's the purpose of a home inspection for a buyer?
Well, it's so you can actually get a good feel of the home and how well it's been loved and taken care of or neglected. And so it's good to have it on paper, black and white, that you
Yeah,
can really see
yeah,
exactly what's going on with the house.
got it. And what is, there's this process once the inspection report's done, and there's all different types of inspections. I'm going to ask you about that, Melissa, but the different types of inspections. But Corey, you get this report back from a home inspector, and you sit down, or in these days on a phone call, go through it with your
Right.
your buyer, your client. What are you looking for?
Well, before we even go into the house, I like to talk to my clients about the home inspections because now it's a seller's market. We don't get to ask for a whole bunch of stuff if something is shown on the inspection. So once we get the report, then we can look at it and say, okay, this is for a safety issue. And we can ask, it's kind of like a honey-do list.
Yeah,
And we can ask, it doesn't mean it's going to be taken, but we can always ask.
yeah, you can ask for the repair. Um, anyway, okay. So what? Okay, Melissa. We in generally we always get what we call a full home, right, inspection. But what other kind of inspections are there out there that people should be thinking about?
At the absolute minimum, it's a sewer and duct scope or a sewer scope, a full home, and a termite and dry rot. If
Yeah.
the home has in-floor ducting, you want to definitely do a duct scope as well, just to make sure the ducts don't have rust or there's not sonotube or everything's
Yeah.
functioning properly.
I'm grinning because I'm thinking back to that experience, right? Because we've had collapsed ducts, we've had offset sewer lines, right? It's like, those are the big things that
Right.
if you don't know it when you purchase, it's going to really be a headache for you later down the line.
Absolutely. And at least just, $500, $700 for inspections is a lot cheaper than if you didn't know about that sewer line that was an issue down
Yeah.
the road, the
Yeah.
backup and the problems it could cause.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sewer lines are interesting because you can have one that's working fine and it's flowing fine, and they put the camera down there and find out that it's offset, meaning that the pipes don't line up, even though it's draining. Half of the water may be draining into the ground and not actually into the pipe.
That's
Stuff
why your
like
grass is so green.
That's right. Your grass is so green, right? What was the old book from the 70s? Oh, I'm going to date myself. It was called "The Grass is Always Greener Over the Septic Tank," right? It was a book. Anyway, sorry, I'm really dating myself there. So local lender, Corey. I just wanted to hit on that before we run out of time here. So you both have said multiple times local lender, local lender.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why.
Well, mainly they can get you to the closing table. When somebody is possibly online and possibly just asking through the internet, they don't know Albuquerque market. They don't know you're saying the Northeast Heights or the Northwest. And our lenders, they know exactly where you're talking about. They know the neighbors over there. And
Yeah.
It's just so much better.
Yeah, and when you nickel and dime on mortgages, you probably will. Not always, and I shouldn't say that because I've had people that have bought using the quote online lenders and had fine experiences. One of the things I say, Melissa, is that the local lenders have a reputation to protect amongst obviously their clients as well as the realtor community, right?
Right. Well, and then I'd also like to say, like on Sunday when I'm going over 6 different offers that I might be getting, I'm probably going to call those lenders just to make sure that they have talked to their clients and they are truly solid buyers. But if it isn't someone who's local, they might not work weekends, whereas a local lender does work weekends and they are willing to answer the phone and answer those questions, giving that buyer a leg up.
So there you go. So there's another tip as a buyer, the local lender that's going to answer their phone, that's going to talk to the listing agent, again, not give out private information,
No.
but at least reassure that the listing agent and the seller know that yep, I've talked to this person, I've done, some work on their file, they're solid, whatever it is, again, without giving out any personal information.
Absolutely.
I mean, we know that these pre-approval letters versus pre-qualified, pre-qualified versus pre-approved, pre-qualified, if you're on the seller side and you start looking at some of these letters, they basically mean that they say that I've talked to the person on the phone, and based on what they told me, they should be able to qualify for a loan, right? And that's what some of these pre-qualification letters are. And in this market, as a seller, that doesn't really serve you at all.